Hey everybody, welcome back to the My Bourbon Journey Whiskey Review channel. My name is Scott. If you're new to this channel and you're looking for reviews of different whiskeys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you're hitting the bell notification. That's going to alert you to when I'm doing new uploads, live streams, things along those lines. So today I'm doing a bit of a bourbon battle or just a side-by-side comparison. This is more along the lines of if you're new to bourbon and you're looking to compare to similar bourbons from different distilleries and trying to figure out exactly what it is you like in a bourbon. That's what I wanted to try to do today, was put two very similar bourbons together, and in hopes that maybe this would help you to decide kind of, you know, what it is you like, maybe what it is you're looking for. So today, first from left to right, we've got the Buffalo Trace. This is their standard bourbon, again from Buffalo Trace Distillery. This is coming in at 90 proof or 45% ABV. This is also going to be approximately in that maybe anywhere from upper 20s to low to mid $30 range in the States. This is a mash bill of 75% corn, 10% rye, and 15% malted barley. So a little bit higher on the malted barley side. We'll get into that in a few minutes. I'll kind of give a little bit more of a description on that. Also, just to let you know, the char level, this is the charring of the barrel, is a char number 4. So that's the highest of the char levels. So that's going to introduce a little bit more, color, more sweetness, things along those lines. Non-age stated, however, the thought on this is anywhere from that 7 to maybe 9 year range in terms of age of the bourbons that are being aged for the Buffalo Trace. So we'll get into the elijahcraig here in just a second. So we'll go through a little bit of again with this, we'll go through the appearance, we'll nose it, taste it, and kind of get into the finished part of it. So, all right, so as you can see with this, kind of a light copper honey type of color. Again, you're looking at, anywhere from, again, I think it's maybe 6 to 8 years in terms of the approximate age for the Buffalo Trace. So, all right, let's get into the nose here. So right away with this has got already right away a very kind of like sweet nose. A lot of the typical bourbon notes. So you're getting a little bit of that caramel, the vanillas, the honey kind of come through. Very light on the oak side. A little bit of a citrus note, maybe more along the lines of a green apple type of citrus to that. Yeah, really nice vanilla note coming through on this one. That's very typical of Buffalo Trace. The bourbon itself is that it's very, very, kind of bourbon-esque. It's sweet on the nose, and it really just kind of lends itself to being a very quality type of product. So, all right, let's get into the taste. Cheers. So right away, first thoughts on this, it's very sweet. A little bit of that kind of sweet corn coming through. And again, here are where the standard bourbon notes kind of start to come through. Again, very little to no heat on this. Again, only 90 proof. Some of that citrus is kind of wanting to come through. Citrus in the terms of like a green apple type of citrus. And then it follows with the kind of the honey, the vanilla, the caramel. This is more a little heavier on the vanilla side with this one. Light oak. So nothing overpowering with this. It's just a really nice, solid drinking, sweeter bourbon, I would say. Finish on this is probably going to be still on that shorter side of medium at best. So not a long finish. But again, it leaves you with a nice kind of sweetness with a little bit of oak. Some of that citrus note kind of sits there a little bit, but really, really nice bourbon. And again, this is going to be on the sweeter side. Yeah, this one much more vanilla, kind of citrus forward. Again, very little, a little bit of oak to it, not overly oaked by any means. Really nice, you know, again, those vanillas and caramels. So if that's something that you like, you know, that's the Buffalo Trace standard bourbon. All right, so let's move on to something again, to another distillery. This is going to be from Heaven Hill Distillery. This is their elijahcraig small batch. This is going to be bottled at 94 proof or 47% ABV. MSRP on this one maybe slightly lower, but very similar in that maybe $22 to $27 range on this one. Mash bill on this is 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley. So in terms of mash bills, both very similar, slightly different in the well, really all aspects of the mash bill, but again, still very similar. This is going to be a char level number 3, so not quite as high as number 4 like the Buffalo Trace was. So, all right, let's give this one a look, and we'll get into the nose here. All right, so as you can see with this, maybe a little bit darker of a honey type of color, light golden color to that. So coats the glass really, really well as I move it around in there. And this is, again, non-age stated, so there's no age statement on this. But this is thought to be anywhere from that 7 to upwards of 12-year bourbons, all being blended together to create the elijahcraig small batch. So, all right, so let's see. So as you can see, nice kind of golden color to that. So let's get into the nose on this one. So right away with this, so this is a little bit heavier on the oak side, and that might come with a little bit more of the aged bourbons being in there, where they've been in the barrels a little bit longer, picking up some of that oak. But again, heavy on the vanilla, and typical of Heaven Hill, you get this kind of nuttiness or like a peanut type of nose to it. This has a little bit more of a orange peel type of citrus, so a little bit opposite of the Buffalo Trace, where that was more of a green apple type of citrus. And again, still you get with this those vanillas, the caramels, you know, some bourbon notes that are there. But I would say right away with this, a little bit heavier on the oak side and a little bit heavier on the nuttiness side of things. Yeah. All right. So let's give this one a try, and it coats the glass really, really well. So you like to see that because you're hoping that that's going to coat the mouth a little bit better and allow for more of a full flavor to kind of come forward in your mouth. So, all right, let's give this one a try. So right away, like I was nosing before, this one's going to be heavier, a little bit heavier on the oak side. There's that orange peel, that nuttiness, that kind of follows with the vanillas and the caramels on more of the mid palate, mid to the back of the palate. Again, very little heat, maybe slightly, a slight bit more, but not very, very much. They only vary in proof by 4 proof. So very similar on that. So, yeah, again, I think it's got a really nice mouthfeel to it. Coats the mouth really well. Again, there's that nice kind of orange peel, orange zest, a little bit of oakiness to it. Then those kind of like, you know, the caramels and the vanilla start to kind of kick in on this one. This maybe has just a slight edge in the length of the finish. This is maybe a little bit longer. There's a little bit more that's there. I think this kind of coats the mouth a little bit better, which again lends itself to, generally speaking, a little bit more of a longer type of finish, so that flavor remains in your mouth a little bit longer. So, Really, really nice. Both different. Again, the Buffalo Trace is probably on the sweeter side of things, where the Elijah Craig a little bit more on the oakiness side. Again, not heavy oak. Again, you've got still some of the standard bourbon notes. This maybe has a little bit more of the orange peel zest to it, followed again with a little bit of that oak, and then the caramels and the vanillas, things along those lines. So both really, really nice bourbons. A little bit sweeter here with the Buffalo Trace. Again, a little more oak here with the Elijah Craig. So hopefully that helps if you were looking to get into bourbons, and it's something that you wanted or had some curiosity to regarding both of these and the profiles. So with that being said, like, subscribe, leave some comments below. Let me know if you're just being introduced to bourbon, and if this was something that was helpful for you to kind of put two bourbons head to head that were similar in nature. So that was kind of the purpose of doing this video. So in addition to that, so I'll also have linked in the description below. If you're interested in supporting or contributing to the channel, you can through my Patreon page, which again I'll have linked in the description below. Also linked below will be some glasses, challenge coins, things along those lines. If you'd like to follow me on other social media platforms, you can through Instagram, My Bourbon Journey. Same thing through Twitter, My Bourbon Journey. You can find me there as well. Email in the link below if you have any suggestions, comments, things as well. So with that being said, and like I say, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.